Hi, Caroline here. I'm a level 2 QHHT practitioner, and I wanted to continue with my conversations and behind the scenes about what happened with Bill when he came for his QHHT session. If you're familiar with my content, Bill is a trance medium and he's an author. And he came a few years ago, I think it was 2023, he came for a session. And I mentioned that I knew it was going to be something very different because of how the inquiry was, and it was who was looking for whom. So I wanted to talk about this, and I did mention that I also got some healing. I talked about how I was cocooned at night time, but what I didn't mention in that conversation was about what happened to the person that I had been worried about. And that's why I said he's part of my healing journey with my family, myself and my family. Now, I'll give you a little bit of the backstory. And so I was pretty much worried about someone who was very close to my heart, who was struggling. This person was in a place which was very sad. Couldn't really do much. Grief had just engulfed this person for a long time. Someone very close to them had passed away, and they were young when this person had passed away. They were very young when this significant person had passed away. And I've got to be careful here because this is very private and personal information. So I'm cautious on what I'm going to be saying here. So prayer is so important and so powerful, because I had been praying like every night. I would go to my window, look over at because it's green belt, there's nothing in front, there's no houses in front, just green belt, and you can see the trees, and it's very, very quiet and peaceful. So I'd just go to the window, look up at the stars, look out at the sky, and just start talking and communicating and just asking for help for certain family members, and this one that I'm talking about now, and and questioning about my life, and am I doing the right thing, if you've heard the content before this, you can have a look at that. I pretty much go into about why I prayed and how this is very significant. So this person, so what happened to this person? Well, when Bill had left, I was cocooned, but what transpired after that was this person got some healing. Now, Bill had came to visit me, and he says, I need to come and see you. I want to show you some things. And I said, oh, right, great. And so he came over to visit the house. And then I thought I didn't know what was going on, but I had this feeling that something was going on. But you just never know, spirit, right, what's going to be going on, because I had already been cocooned, and I'd already had this amazing conversation with these entities that came in, how they were looking after the earth, and how we're in the backwaters, and started talking about creation and how the plants were brought here from different planets, and how they were overseeing humanity, and so many amazing, the conversation was amazing. And then obviously my healing, the cocooning, and how my life was going to change. So Bill came, and then and I just remember when he left, I think we had some coffee and some cake. I think he brought cake. I can't remember now. But I just remember when he said, he left and he goes, if you don't like anything, he says, just change it. And he looked at us, if you don't like anything in your life, just change it. I was like, that's a bit very strange to say, just change it, So not thinking anything else, So that nighttime, that nighttime, I was saying to this person that's very close to my heart, I was telling them, I said, I had my friend come today and we had a really lovely time. And then I said, he told me when he left, he said, if you don't like anything, just change it. It's like that simple, just change it. And so thinking no more, the next morning, this person that I was concerned about and worried about got in touch with me and goes, you will never guess what happened to me. And I was like, oh, what's going to happen now? You'll never guess what happened to me. So they were in their room, and it was almost like something was happening in their bedroom. And it was almost like, when you see the liken it to, when you do those shows where it's the before and the after, but you have the drawings, the drawings where they take everything out and they start drawing, and it's all detailed and it's all digital. So something had happened. So it's like the before and the after, but nothing had actually changed in their room as such. But the feeling was something was happening. And this person went to open the door of the bedroom and was pretty much told, don't do that. It was like this don't do that. Go back to bed. So this person went back to bed, did this, they were told. And so you can imagine the next day the person gets in touch with me, is like, you'll never guess what happened. OMG. Was so, as they explained it, it's like they totally changed. It was as if they had changed the timeline. So not to go through the door, to go back to sleep, and then they were in a different timeline, and that timeline was where this person felt so much better because they were in a very dark place. And what I mean by dark, very sad, grief-stricken, just couldn't get over the loss of a loved one. And I don't know if there was a bit of anger there. I really don't know. But if anyone out there has actually lost a loved one, a parent, a husband, a wife, a sister, a brother, a loved one, it's the worst thing in the world. It's so hard when you lose someone, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the grief can really take years, especially when it's been someone significant in your life. And this is what had happened to this person. They were just very young when it happened to them. So they pretty much, their life changed. They started to enjoy life. Their passion started coming back. They started to want to do things and pretty much live their life. But this person actually started to get into concept work. Sorry. So, which is manifesting. And that was the last thing that Bill had said to me. If you don't like anything, just change it. And that's what happened. So this person started working on themselves, working on all of their sort of issues, self-sabotage and assumptions and all of this assumption stacking, and started to go within and changed. And then it dawned on me, I am sure in that conversation with the oscillation of the energy and these beings and this energy that came through, I felt it was more of a collective that came through, because there was many, if you listen to it, you know, so they're on my YouTube channel. You know, it's called A Message for Humanity. And I think towards the end, they were talking about how we manifest and how we can change our lives. So check it out. I'd be very interested to see what you think of that. But I just wanted to share that with you. Now I'm not a religious person. I've never been a religious person as going to church and, or praying or, anything like that. So my prayers were just from the heart, just a conversation from my heart, and just wanted to say how really those prayers were heard. And there you go. Someone comes into my life, something that I had been worried about. And not only did we, the person that came for the QHHT session got lots of answers, got a few answers, also delivered this phenomenal, channeling, and then me getting some help, getting some healing, and my life did change. My session started to change, which is what I want to talk to you another time about, and how this person that I had been really concerned about, who I prayed. I mean, these prayers went on, I must have been praying for years. I mean, it wasn't just a one prayer, it was constant. And because I'm an empath myself, I pretty much feel people's pain. So, so there you go. So check out the video if you want to, if it resonates with you. It's over on my YouTube channel. Check out Bill, Robert W. Raine. He's got a YouTube there. I'll leave a link there. He's got a book there as well about his awakening and how he awakened. And so check that. That's a phenomenal read. And I just hope that this has given you something to think about, or if it's helped in any way, I'm really happy. So take what resonates, and I would just like to say thank you for listening, and bye for now. I will return and talk about some more things. Speak to you soon. Carol Ann. Bye.